man.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Yeah, from having inside scoops to having a little bit of a teaser, and now the fight is not even happening. It's sad. It's super disappointing.
Because we were planning to chat this whole thing about Du Plessis and Gastelum and about that whole fight. But at least we still have an absolute banger of a fight card.
Massive fight card. Yeah. Yeah, I got a message from Dricus, and he's like, bro, I fight for Kelvin Gastelum. And I was just like, I was so happy for him because I know he is super ready for that opportunity to fight him. I think he can definitely fight any of the top contenders in middleweight. And it was very disappointing to hear that
it's
cancelled. It's a few days later, and then undisclosed injury.
I don't know
in fight week. Like I've had a few fight weeks. Obviously, like I've had injuries before 40. As well.
Not 40 or whatever. How many Kelvin Gastelum has had.
But it does not make, and Dricus said that as well. It does not make sense how you can sustain an injury in fight week,
especially a fight cancellation type injury.
Yes, if you have something small, that happens a lot. Like I've had fights where there are bumps and niggles, and you never go into a fight perfectly. If you trained well and you put in the hours,
you'll go in good.
You'll go in very good, and you'll go in at like a peak performance level ready, but not unscathed. And that's quite weird to have him not only accept the fight, but thank Dricus for the fight, and then a few days later, so.
And what doesn't help is he has a nice and slimy manager.
Yes,
Ali Abdelaziz.
Yeah. So maybe they took the fight on impulse, and then they actually didn't probably studied some footage, and then they were like, okay, listen, this is not the fight for us. Or
Dricus said that as well. I mean, he said he doesn't think they knew what they were getting into when saying yes. Yeah. I think they underestimated the new opponent. They were like, oh no, it's fine. It's coming from the prelim card. No worries. And then they saw it, it's like, oh, okay. We aren't really prepared for this. I don't think Kelvin's scared. He's taken on big fights before. I wouldn't say he's scared. I would say,
well, honestly,
Dricus is a fight you have to prepare for.
Yes.
And Kelvin's not prepared.
Okay, that's a good way of saying that. But I actually do think he's scared. He has lost a bunch of fights at middleweight, and if he loses to a top rising prospect, the UFC might tell him to leave. So maybe he's protecting his spot. It's very hard to.
If he lost that fight, the best he was ever gonna get afterwards was a gatekeeper.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Kelvin had a lot to lose.
He will become a gatekeeper. Yeah, he will become a gatekeeper.
He would go from, okay, I'm in title contention, I'm fighting top ranked opponents, to top 10 gatekeeper.
Yes.
Or top 15 gatekeeper.
Yes.
And I don't think he was ready to take that risk.
Yeah. And it was also just all the videos. You could see they were very uneducated on how Dricus fights in what he said in interviews. And he was like, he's predominantly a striker. He has like 9 finishes on the ground. Yeah. And then he's like, no, his wrestling is not good. He wrestles with most of his opponents. So I don't know if they just saw some of the UFC footage and then just decided on that.
But even in his previous fight, that was slick groundwork against Trevin Giles. Yeah. I rewatched that fight, and I'm like, okay, this is high level grappling. Yes. This is really impressive
and from both parties as well. So it's very unfortunate. I'm not exactly sure. They are still there. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, but man, it sucks.
I mean, you told me the team's coming back tomorrow, or they said on the MMA Hour they're coming back on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. Yeah. So even if he gets a fight now, I think the chances of him actually fighting
and even if it's like 2 or 3 weeks after, I don't think he's going to travel back with all that traveling there and back. It's a hard thing to do. So I think
book Gastelum for June. Let's do it.
Make the rematch. That makes a lot of sense. Just do that fight again. There is a kind of hype here as well now because of that, because obviously people are very curious of what happened and why Gastelum pulled out, but also that's a fight I would definitely want to see. So worldwide, obviously we are a bit biased, but worldwide he is Dricus is a rising star. He has like 2 massive finishes, so give him that shot.
And I mean, I would say Kelvin owes him that fight now.
He does. He
owes him that fight.
He does.
So let's book it.
Yeah. And also, I think Dricus stick his neck out and actually basically gave up his opponent he already had to fight Kelvin. So it's totally right what you're saying. He does owe him one.
Definitely. Yeah. Anyway, the rest of the card, Volkanovski, Korean Zombie.
Bangers. Yeah.
I think Volkanovski defends again, but I can see a lot of damage being inflicted on both parties.
Obviously, and also something that got me very excited was Korean Zombie training at Cejudo.
Oh, yes.
And I don't know for how long they've been there. Obviously, maybe he trains in Korea and then he just travels there. But, Cejudo, as much as I don't like him, but his team is brilliant. What they've done for Davidson Figueiredo, for Cejudo himself, they have some
really good fighters.
Credibility there.
It's a good camp. It's a really good camp.
It's a great camp. So, will you think is that a big upset if you see Korean Zombie come off a loss and then win a world title?
It's one of the biggest it would be a major upset.
Yeah.
The thing is, Volkanovski doesn't get the credit he deserves for being as good as he is.
Yeah.
It's starting to get to him a bit, but now people give him a lot more respect. But he's a top 3 pound for pound fighter right now. I would say it's probably Usman, him, and who else would you say? Yeah, let's say Usman and him are probably the top.
Yeah.
And then Adesanya, probably the top 3 pound for pound fighters right now.
Yeah.
And Volkanovski is a dangerous man. If he gets beat by Korean Zombie, I would put that definitely in the top 10 upsets of all time.
Yes.
Maybe in the top 5.
Yeah, I think that's top 5 worthy.
Yeah.
Especially to come off a loss to a guy that, like he's up there, but he also has lost before. So, Volkanovski gained a lot of people's respect with his fight against Brian Ortega.
Yes.
It is an interesting fight because, again, MMA, anyone has a puncher's chance.
Especially Korean Zombie. He has that one-shot knockout power.
He does.
He's really good at... I actually saw some tape on him where he takes one shot and then the next one he slips and he counters, but really, really, really good.
Yeah.
He's got good power. He's got great counters and he doesn't mind getting hit a few times if it means getting that shot in.
Yeah.
A lot more than maybe even Holloway was willing to take.
Yeah.
I mean, Korean Zombie, he'll take a shot, a leg kick, and then come over the top immediately.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think the only thing is like, okay, Korean Zombie, is his ground game better than Brian Ortega?
No, not at all.
Is his stand-up better than Max Holloway's?
No ways.
Is his wrestling better than Volkanovski's?
No.
So, you see, it's quite hard to actually put money on him.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. But, so, it's hard to... I like him. I've met him on Fight Island. Him and his team they were so cool, and like their whole aura, and actually super intimidating. I think it was just the language barrier. They didn't speak well English, but he was a very cool guy to meet, and he has had some wars in the UFC, so he has that almost experience, and let's see if he can rise to the occasion and at least just give
him a good go,
give him a good run go. Like make him worried.
I'll put money on that.
Yeah.
That we're going to see Korean Zombie give Volkanovski a good go for it. But Volkanovski, I mean, he's 20-1 or 23-1.
Yeah.
He's on a 25 win streak. He's never lost at featherweight.
Yes.
His one loss was at welterweight.
Yeah.
Against like some giant dude.
Yeah.
in like his second or third fight.
Yeah.
He's such a badass, beating legends. I mean, Korean Zombie is not better than Jose Aldo, Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Chad Mendes, all of those guys put together. I mean, none of them could solve Volkanovski.
Yeah.
I can't see it going any differently. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I agree. I'm getting calls like mad.
Hey, anyway.
And then we actually have
Hamzat back at it.
Yeah, with Gilbert Burns. That's going to be a great fight.
The biggest hype train in recent memory.
Yeah, definitely.
The biggest one that I've ever seen, basically. Yeah. And compared to Conor McGregor, when he was just getting a champ, I would say this is almost on that same level of hype.
Yeah,
people are talking about Hamzat, the double champ, the triple champ, all of this.
Yeah,
and this is his. Well, not to say that his previous fight wasn't a test, but this is a test.
This is a big test. Yeah, I think Gilbert Burns is quite a leap.
In competition,
and if he beats him, I think there's no argue. I think Kamaru won't want that fight,
but I think slimy manager.
But I think he's also just smart. That's a bad fight for him as well.
It's a bad fight for anyone.
He matches him everywhere on the ground, wrestling. He is so explosive with his striking as well. So.
Out of the three underdogs, so you've got Korean Zombie, Hamzat, and then who's the third? There's a big fight, man. How can I not remember this now? I literally checked it just now. Anyway, the thing I saw about Gilbert Burns, Hamzat, is Gilbert Burns is extremely technical. Oh, Aljamain Sterling and Jotarian.
Oh,
obviously. Out of the three underdogs, Sterling, Korean Zombie, Hamzat.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Burns.
Is
Burns the underdog?
Yeah, he's a big underdog. He's like
Burns,
plus 350.
Burns.
Sterling. Korean Zombie. Who can you see pulling off the upset?
Burns.
Out
of the three of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you agree?
I do.
Yeah.
I don't think Burns is big enough for Hamzat.
Yeah. That's a big thing.
That's the biggest challenge I can see him facing. I don't think Burns has fought at lightweight. Hamzat has fought at middleweight.
Yes.
I don't think Burns is big enough for him.
Yeah.
I want to believe. I will rewatch Sterling Jan. I want to believe that there's a chance that Sterling pulls off that upset.
That's a very true thing you're saying, because I saw a post where it's Sandhagen on his face basically, and then just Sterling just cheering, and then people, and I think the guy that posted that just commented, I think people forget how dominant Sterling was in that fight against Sandhagen.
He wasn't doing bad against Jan.
Damn, he wasn't at all. That was a brilliant, that was
gassing,
amazing fight, and it was closely contested. Yes, I think it was a unanimous decision.
By round 4, you could have them. There's an argument to be made. Sterling round 1 and 2, Jan round 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But there's no argument to be made that should that fight go longer, that Jan was going to put him out.
Yeah.
There's no argument.
Yeah.
Momentum was on Jan's side. But
Massive.
those first 2 rounds, Sterling, I think he came out too fast. He came out like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
And he just blew his gas tank.
Yeah.
But he's a good fighter.
Yeah, and I think now the other flip of the coin is, if you take Peter Yan, now someone says again, okay, he usually takes 1 or 2 rounds to download data. He's like a computer. He downloads patterns, he check how he moves, and then from round 3, 4, 5, he usually goes and then he just puts the pace.
It on, yeah.
So, but he already knows what Aljamain has. They can change the game plan, but theoretically he knows what his movement patterns are like. So coming out of the gate from the word get-go and then just trying to take off his head, because I think also they hate each other. I don't think they like each other.
If I was Jotarian, I would not underestimate Aljamain.
Yeah.
I would not.
That would be a massive mistake.
I would not go into this fight thinking I'm going to cruise through it.
And also, how big of a difference will it be to not have your corner with you? Because what does your preparation look like coming into your peak week or peak week 2 weeks,
or even doing your training camp back in Russia, coming here, and then your corner is people you've never worked with before? How big of a difference do you think that makes?
And people that arguably can throw in a towel.
And that people that don't like you. Sean O'Malley does not like you.
Like, imagine they throw in a towel.
Please, Sean, do it.
That would be one of the greatest moments in UFC history.
Jotarian would probably be the only guy to lose 2 times in absolutely ridiculous fashion. If they throw in the towel for him. I'm keeping it. Please do it.
No,
don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. I want to see a good fight. I want to see Aljamain come out there as a different beast, and I want to see him put it on Piotr.
I think if there's anyone that can really give him a run for his money, it is Aljamain and obviously Dillashaw.
I was just about to say, don't forget my boy Peter.
Peter Yan is so
He's
good.
so
That
good.
spinning heel kick he throws, it's like art when you watch. It looks like he doesn't like, even Dustin Poirier said it looks like he doesn't put a foot wrong when he boxes. He goes, he moves out, he throws his counter, he moves in. Everything is super calculated, super quick.
He is an incredible striker.
Yeah, amazing.
Jotarian is probably one of the best boxers in the UFC, if not the best.
Yeah,
and he's one of the best strikers as well. Yeah. He's a top 5 pound for pound fighter, I would argue.
Definitely.
There's a lot of good fighters, but he's definitely one of them.
If let's say Peter Yan, okay, he is quite a small bantamweight, but
Small bantamweight.
If Volkanovski wins and Peter Yan wins, would you like to see almost cross weight?
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
I think Volkanovski is a bit big for him.
Volk is too big to go down to bantam, but I think Peter Yan can go up to feather.
He can probably bulk up a bit.
And that would be a great fight. Classic wrestler versus striker. And you have almost not like this dormant movement of Volkanovski, but almost more settling. And then you have the super fast explosiveness.
You say that.
Yeah.
You say that. I watched Aldo Volkanovski again.
Yeah.
He moved... His feints he feints in such a way that you could see Aldo was Aldo wasn't acting, he was just reacting. And I think Volkanovski does that to a lot of his opponents. He just makes them react constantly.
I don't think he'll do that to Peter Yan though.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would, but I think he beats him.
Do you think he beats him?
I think he beats him.
Interesting.
I think he's big enough. I think his cardio is good enough.
Yeah.
And I think he has enough dog in him to go toe to toe with Piotr Yan.
Yeah. That's a cool fight. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yes, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I forget about like these smaller weight classes almost going for that double champ status.
Yeah, that's something well, obviously on light and welter it's not that big of a jump, but neither is bantam and feather. That's 5 kilograms.
Yeah.
So that's pounds. 10 pounds, 5 kilograms. It's not a lot.
It isn't. It is 10 pounds makes a bigger difference in the smaller weight classes. Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not that much weight.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, most featherweights, or let's say this, most lightweights could make featherweight if they really tried hard.
Yeah.
And I would say probably all bantamweights can almost make flyweight, unless you're like a really big bantamweight.
Yeah.
But
yes, I don't know if I can make flyweight.
Yeah, but you're a big bantamweight. You're a big bantamweight.
I saw it this last cut. I was like, man. Yeah. It was always at the back of my mind to drop down to flyweight, but
no, I would say you're like the size you have. I would say you're more built like a featherweight.
Yeah,
you're not like if you were going to compete in 2 divisions, bantam and feather.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Anyways, next fight, Hamzat Gilbert. Let's go a bit into that. Yeah. We haven't really gone into it.
Yeah, we quickly touched on it. I see some of the training footage from when Hamzat trains with
Tiger.
Yeah.
Was that Tiger Muay Thai?
No. When Hamzat trains with Darren Till.
Yes.
Yeah. So I see some of that footage, and then obviously we see Gilbert Burns trains with Sanford. So Henry Hoofchin. And that's where guys are like Michael Chandler. They are guys like off the top, Derek Brunson was there for a while. Luke Rockhold. So very dynamic. That Ale Jung, that middleweight champion in one.
Yes.
So I think he has quality training partners. Kumaru also said Gilbert Burns trained with him for a while, for a few weeks in preparation for his fight. So he has quality guys around him, and it's just super hard to see Gilbert Burns win. I saw
some of his training footage. I don't know if it was on Countdown or Embedded. I think maybe Countdown.
Yeah.
Or some other training footage of him going into the Hamzat fight. He's working.
Yeah.
Man is working.
Yeah. I saw some strength and conditioning footage of him. Yes. And that was insane.
He's just going for
people
it.
Just screaming at him in Portuguese and So
I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see probably it's gonna go all 3 rounds. Yeah. I think. Yeah. And I think we're gonna see a fight.
Yeah.
Hamzat has had it easy until now.
Yeah.
Burns he's not one to take anything lying down.
Yeah.
And Hamzat...
The only thing that I can see... What happened... a big thing that I saw happen in his Gilbert Burns' fight with Kamaru is, okay, he lands well,
takes a picture,
and then he but also he fights very emotionally, not very technical, and now you have someone that is willing to climb on your back, wrestle you, grind you, take you down. How much of that is affecting you mentally in a fight? Especially now the stakes are not as high as fighting for a title, but you are fighting for your spot at the top. So Hamzat, out of what we've seen, he fought that Paul, I can't remember his surname, that Scottish guy with the beard.
Oh, yes.
He knocked him clean out and very calculated. Meerschot, yeah.
As well.
That's
the guy you're talking about. Okay.
I think it's Paul. Gerard.
No. Gerard or something.
Gerard. Same thing. Whatever. The Scottish guy came forward in base, very patient, bobbing his head, and then when the gap was open, he went for that.
Obviously murdered his previous opponent. I don't know how to say his name, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, the Chinese guy. Liang
or something. I don't know. It's difficult to pronounce.
Yeah. Yeah, very dominant. Took no damage. That's also a big thing. Like, I think Gilbert Burns has taken some damage in his fights, and I think
Usman put it on him.
But also, that's the thing. So, like, not a lot of people know this about Hamzat, but he went to a split decision with a South African, that Snakebone.
Really?
Huluongwa.
I had no idea.
In Brave.
Really?
And like, he's not the most technical.
He's not unbeatable. He's still a human.
Yeah, exactly. So
I would say, I changed my mind. I would say that's probably, you've convinced me, that's probably the underdog that gets it done, is Gilbert Burns.
It's Gilbert Burns, yeah.
I don't see Korean Zombie doing it. Aljamain by some miracle, maybe.
Yeah. But I would say, like, if it's in pecking order, I think Gilbert Burns has the best chance, then Sterling, and then Korean Zombie.
And then Zombie.
Hopefully, imagine we got that so wrong. Imagine all the underdogs going what?
Yeah.
I think then you're just stirring up all of those divisions, and then you can play around.
My
with
bets were, if I can tell you, my bets were Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
They were Jotarian.
Yeah.
And they were obviously Dricus.
Yes.
But that obviously fell through.
Did you bet on Korean Zombie?
No, sorry. Volkanovski.
Okay.
No, definitely not Korean Zombie, sorry.
Okay, cool. Obviously mine, Dricus, I think he would have beat the shit out of Kelvin Gastelum. Hamzat is a safe bet. It's also like, you're going to have to parlay those bets, otherwise...
You're not going to make any money. And Dricus was a big underdog. That's what made the bet make so much sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
Volkanovski. That's just to get it a bit extra.
Yeah.
Dricus.
Yeah. But I'm going to go for the favourite in this one. It's not...
I think all the favourites take it, honestly.
Yeah.
And then Ian Gary.
Yeah,
what an up-and-comer.
Yeah, he's very cool.
I think he's a featured prelim.
I think so.
Might have moved up to the main card now.
I don't think so.
Don't think so.
No, not yet.
Very exciting.
Maybe they will. But yeah, he's very cool to watch. I think they'll keep him on the featured, like as a main for the prelim card.
He was a Cage Warriors champ, right?
Yeah.
As far as Cage Warriors champ goes, he's going to go much further than Paddy, I think.
Yeah.
He's going to do it quietly.
Yeah.
But before you know it, he's going to be in the top 5 and Paddy's going to be
also at the end of the day,
sleeping.
I think Paddy is going to be making... Although he made 12-12 in his last fight. And he's talking mad shit for someone just getting paid. Okay, that's more than I've ever gotten in my life.
Yeah, that's all your fights put together. Plus.
No, yeah. And but that's a lot. Like, that's a lot of effort for that amount of money. And I would think he would probably get a new contract after UFC London. I think he's going to
get a new contract now.
He should really.
But he should also get a bump in competition.
Yeah.
Do you see how fat he got already?
Yeah, 91.7 kilograms. Yes. And he fights at 70.
21 kgs.
That cannot be good for your organs.
No,
sure. I can't imagine that being safe.
I read somewhere he ate 10,800 calories the day after his fight.
That is absolutely insane.
What do you have to eat? Like 10 Big Macs?
I saw him have pizza at the press conference, but even like, you're going to have what? 9 pizzas, 8 pizzas?
That's actually good.
Yeah.
Let's clear it out for the people. How many calories in a pizza?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say margarita.
Like after a fight, my stomach shrinks. So
yeah,
I'll have like obviously a lot to drink, but I'll have like a burger and some chips, and then I'm nauseous.
Okay. Oh, this is the alcoholic pizza. I was just margarita. Huh? That doesn't make sense. How many calories in a margarita pizza? Just give me. Okay.
On
per
average.
100 grams. No, that's no. Let's one pizza. 2,000 calories. So he had to have
like
five pizzas.
Five whole pizzas.
Plus a little bit more because it's almost 11,000.
Oh, okay.
With a beer. 5 pizzas in one day.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pizzas.
Yeah, I can't see that being safe. Like healthy for you, and in long term it won't affect him now. But that must suck. Imagine that first session back.
Oh,
when you are
goodness.
21 kilograms over your fight weight, and you have to warm up. It's like warming up in the winter. It's just so like
he fights at 155.
Yeah.
Plus 45 pounds, give or take, 160 is 200 pounds. He's walking in to the session as a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
And now he has to go down to lightweight.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds
I can't imagine like his girlfriend enjoys it. Like he gets so he's not a pretty man to begin with, and then he gets fat as well. Yeah.
Maybe those the Scousers.
They have other standards of beauty in England. If your teeth are straight, 10 out of 10.
10. And if you have a spray tan.
Oh. All those. What do you call? There's a name for that. It's like not scab. It's like some really like ugly name.
Oh really?
For those kind of.
Now you have to do your research.
I do. It's gonna bother me. Slang term.
But yeah, Ian Gary, I think he has not more talent. I think he will go the silent route, and I think he'll keep on beating guys. And at the end of the day, that's gonna give him much more success than Paddy being a loudmouth.
Chatting a lot more shit.
I want that fight with Ilia Topuria. That guy is so good. He's so explosive on his feet. He hits like a truck. And he already beat one of your England boys. He's, I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Georgia. Georgia won.
He's Georgian.
Georgia won, England 0 so far. So, Paddy, just
take the fight.
Just try and
sacrifice yourself.
Score a goal against Ilia Topuria, please.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, that would be great if they can make it happen. I don't think it will, but
Ilia is too much of a big risk, and Paddy knows it. The UFC knows it. His management knows. Everyone knows Paddy. Like everyone, including Paddy, probably knows. I'm not that good. So let me just try and make as much money with the cans.
Yeah.
And then maybe I have a big payday with McGregor.
Yes.
Let him beat the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, cool. I'm out. Cheers.
I'm out.
Cheers everyone. I'm going to go get a spray tan. Put on a lot of weight.
Suhuro got so fat when he retired. Imagine Paddy when he just lets himself go after retirement.
I mean, honestly, Paddy's girlfriend, listen, you can already see the future, yeah? You can see your future, and it's not pretty, honestly.
But don't lie, you like his hair.
No. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it is quite funny.
I think it's wacky.
Yeah.
I think it's cock.
It's that too.
But excited to see him climb the ranks and actually fight some proper opponents in the future.
Yeah.
Excited for this weekend.
UFC.
Gonna literally wake up, watch the main. Well, I want to watch Ian Gary, so probably watch from Ian Gary, then the main card, then Formula One straight after.
Formula One, baby.
Boys, can't wait.
It's gonna be a great Sunday.
It's a good weekend to be a sports
and we're
fan.
probably gonna have a Sunday nap that afternoon because we're gonna have to wake up early again.
Oh, yes.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to check out just the audio version of this, it's now on all podcast platforms.
Spotify, all that.
Otherwise, check us out on YouTube and then make sure to subscribe. Cheers.